Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to do this flea market series again. It's been a while that I made this video. I got this tool quite a while ago. I just hadn't found the time to make a video. Now I'm making a video. So this is, I think it's a very widely available tool. It's not a special tool, although it looks like there's some mechanism going on, as you can see. You might find this anywhere, I think within Europe, most likely more in Germany. I think that this is a German-made tool because I saw this a lot in the flea market, and most of them are not in such a great condition. Most of the times their handles are pretty much gone and the blades are almost destroyed. So I didn't really pay attention much, but then I found a really good example of it, so I grabbed it. So I would like to just show you what it looks like first. So they have a typical wood. I think this is some kind of this is beech wood. I think it's a very well aged. It has some scars, but then the wood has no cracks and lots of integrity is saved. So it has a really solid wood handle. I did sand it down a little bit just to remove all this rough surface. It was very rough here, and I just smoothed it down with 300 grit sandpaper, and I just oiled it a little bit just to prevent any cracking in the future, and also to try to bring out some grains from the wood. And yeah, so the wood seems to be very well preserved before even I sand it down and oiled it. So I really like the fact about it. And also it's a pin construction, so you might often see a lot of times in the antique tools or traditional tools that they carve out in the middle of the wood handle and they insert this steel portion into this. In knife making world, this is called half tang. So if your steel goes all the way to the end of your handle, that's called full tang. Yeah. Now it's stopped in the half. That's half tang. Yeah. When your blade is all the way, it's covered. It's hidden tang. So the portion that goes into the handle is called tang. Yeah. So this is half tang, and it's held by two pin. I think it's pinned over the wood so that it holds in securely. I really like this traditional aspect of traditional tools, that they are not relying on this chemical like epoxy or glues. They are heavily relying on mechanical bonding. So all of these are pinned and all mechanically constructed. I really like this mechanical construction. So let's take a look at the blade. So I was surprised to see that there is no edge on the spot right here. I don't think this is somebody missharpened it or anything. I think it's just by nature there wasn't supposed to be any edge on here. The edge only applies here on the curve on both sides, and these here, the hook blades, yeah, which is almost never been touched. I think it's fairly sharp on this inner curve, but the hook, it's very thin edge. It's sharp, but it's not so scary sharp. I might need some sanding to get it sharp, razor sharp to cut leather. And this portion is a curvature. Also, it's a little tricky, but it's a doable sharpening. Yeah. So one thing that I had attention to this blade was that this had some kind of mechanism going on here, as you can see. So I just quickly figured that it's some kind of latch, right? So I just figured I can just push the thing like this, yeah. Then I can just remove it like this, and then this thing. Oh yeah, I have to remove the whole thing as well. Okay. So this thing pops out, and this pin is holding the hole, which goes through all the way to here, that you can remove the blade, right? It's quite tight fit, but you can take it out. So I have discovered that this type of blade is number 2, yeah, and also has a maker's mark. I'll show you close up what the maker's mark looks like. Yeah. So it has a B and also T inside in a circle. So I'm not sure which maker this is. If you guys know, put down in the comment if you know this maker or the original of the product. Is it French or Germany? I believe this is German tool. So BT, yeah, and in a circle, and number 2 on the other side, nothing. So this blade is replaceable, I think, and you can detach it from your handle. So I guess this serves two things. You can preserve the handle, you can keep your handle, and you can buy a new tool. So you can have a variety of different tools. You can have a straight blade, or you can have a curved blade, or like this one, or I don't know, the round knife. So you can basically make any blade to fit this handle. So I think in modern tool, I see a lot of punch tools that you can replace the tip. So when you punch through the hole, there are a lot of sizes that you can get. But then there's a holder, which is the handle, and you can change the tip, which has a different sizes. So whether from 1mm to 10mm, 1mm increment will have 10 sets. So you can just switch the blade and you can just punch it too. It is very annoying if you're usually trying to use punch a lot, because you have to change the punch every time. But then it saves cost and time. I mean, not the time. I mean, it saves cost and the space. Yeah, you can save space from it, because you don't have to have 10 punch. You can just shrink it to a very small set of tools. So you can save space and also some of the cost, because obviously your steel is saved from the handle. So I'm not sure exactly what kind of variation there are from this maker, because I always see this type of blades, one curvature and one hook blade, and most of them are almost wore down. It's almost straight, and I think I could make some blade for this type of handle using this measurements, so that I can make my own type of blades, measure the thickness and so on. So I think it would be really interesting challenge or interesting project that I can come up with different tool. Maybe some of the round knives I can make one, also some of the edge or a French tool, whatever, because this handle looks quite handy, because it looks like a pistol. So it's a pistol handle grip. It's really comfortable. And one thing I also noticed was that when I was detaching this from handle, I've noticed that I can also put it in a reverse way like this. So whether maybe this system is just to use the knife, but depending on the orientation of the handle, you can just change the grip. So for example, if you're trying to use this inner side hook curve, yeah, you can detach your handle like this, but you can also detach your handle like this orientation, so that you can avoid the handle hitting the work table, so you can have a much more clearance when you cut leather. So you can cut leather like this. Yeah. So if you have it like this, yeah, your butt of the handle, pistol grip, hits the working surface, so it's not a clear motion. So you do that. If you're using hook blade, however, if you're also doing this, it's also not good, because your handle hits the working surface first. So you have to tilt it like this, and then you cut it like this. Yeah. So it could be that there is only one type of blade, this blade, and then you can change the orientation of the handle like this or like this, depending which blade you're using. But then that doesn't explain this number 2 stamp, because number 2 means, I don't know, there's a variety of series. Maybe there's 1, maybe 0, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6 to 99. I don't know. So it's quite tough to really relate to German manufacturer, especially because I think French makers, there are lots of the catalogs and the history pamphlets, or any of the paper documents that you could find online, at least, to figure out which maker was it, and how long it was made, and what kind of era was it coming from. Is it World War One, Two, or before the World War? But German maker tools, I have no idea why, but it's really difficult to track down what kind of maker they were making, and what kind of maker stamp this is. Obviously, being a very short, which is cool. I like the stamp, by the way. It's a BT. I love this kind of abbreviation stamp, which is very cool. It's simple and it's classic looking. But then the only thing is, the other people that want to also know about this tool, it's really difficult to track down, because it's only just symbolized characters, you know. So if you know what kind of maker this is, please let me know. If you're a German viewer, if you know about any of the manufacturer, please let me know, because I really like to know about this tool maker, if they have made other tools as well, because this kind of mechanism is quite interesting and smart in terms of modernized tool makers view as well. It's really nice. It's all steel construction. It's not bent already. It's really nice. So I'll just try to put together again. So I insert it and I use the pin to hold everything in place. Yeah. And then I lock it like this. So it's really secure. It doesn't show any movement. So that's a really neat thing. So again, I'm impressed by the old technology. Right now the words are all about just throwing away culture, buy cheap tool and just throw it away, or just buy decent tool and get the most out of it culture as well. But then if you make a really nice tool, such as this type of tool, it lasts very long time. So I think this tool has to be at least 20 to 30 years old, I think, to me. Maybe it could be a much longer, has a longer history, but anyways, it's a really nice, decent tool that now Guy found this in FleaMarket, and now I use it for my work. I'm trying to use it for my work, which is very interesting. So yeah, it's just I think it's just a cool thing that you could still use a tool. So the quality matters. It just proves over time. So if you are making something, handmade tools or handmade bags or leather goods, make it right, make it good. It will last very long time like this. Yeah, and future people will notice it, and they will appreciate your craftsmanship and your work of art. So it's really interesting. Maybe it's possible to also sharpen the outside also as well. It's really thick right now, but then maybe sharpen the outsides and use it as a round off as well. So you have 3 edges, 1, 2, 3. So cut, and also cut. So there will be 3 edge little tool that you can cut any direction. So that will be also nice. Yeah. So that's it. So if you like this series, please like and subscribe to the channel, because I often show you very exclusive tool that you might not see any other else, because it's just cool to fun to share. So like this video and please subscribe, and I'll see you guys next video.